Welcome to Soccer Made Simple. This is Ephraim Juma.
Hello guys, welcome once more. My name is Zeth Oduor, top analyst in English, actually global football. Let me just generalize. We'll be analyzing every game that concerns us in this channel. That includes the English Premier League, the Serie A, the Champions League, La Liga, Europa League,
Ligue
1. And since we are from Kenya, we will also be analyzing games that Kenya are involved in, serious games, not those friendlies. So we will be analyzing if Kenya are in CHAN or maybe World Cup games.
Now, for those of you who like betting, we are huge on predictions. We'll be predicting 80% 80% accuracy on betting. So if you like betting, this is your channel. Subscribe.
This channel, you won't regret. You won't regret.
Tell a friend to tell a friend to subscribe on this channel. Now, today we'll be talking about Liverpool, onslaught, and their misfortunes. Now, Liverpool last season took the Premier League. This season, Liverpool and Onslaught, as their head coach, have been struggling. We've seen Salah struggling. So today, we, together with my co-host here, is going to explain to you why Liverpool is struggling. So, Seth, why is Liverpool struggling and losing 4 games in a row and even being beaten by teams that should not be beating Liverpool at home in Anfield?
Liverpool are currently struggling because they are now trying to play the Onslaught philosophy, and they're trying to understand what Onslaught wants them to do on the pitch. But then last season, Onslaught inherited a very good squad, which already had a blueprint of its own style of play. So Onslaught just had to give instructions, pick who's going to play, who was suiting their previous style of play, which was Jurgen Klopp's style of play. And it was very effective. So he won the league. Actually, Arsenal bottled it, but Liverpool were not so good last season. They were struggling, but since they were getting the results, I think there were fans. The Liverpool's fans were pretty much confident since the results were at least. I don't know, but you could see Liverpool struggle. But at the end of the game, they would get the results. We can actually say that at times they were just fortunate to get good results. But they were really struggling. We saw that against PSG in the first leg. Liverpool played like bottom 20 team in a Champions League game. Like they were nowhere to be seen.
You're exaggerating.
Not exaggerating. Liverpool versus Paris, first leg, Champions League quarterfinals last season. Liverpool were nowhere to be seen at Parc des Princes. They were nowhere to be seen. They just scored a goal. They got lucky to score, but they were nowhere to be seen. Alisson made 9 saves in the first half. Donnarumma was just sitting, maybe even talking to defenders and waving to the fans, but he was doing nothing the first half. Probably the second half, Liverpool managed to do a counter-attack. Harvey Elliott scored, but Liverpool were nowhere to be seen.
Now, what are some of the reasons Salah is not scoring? So Salah last season was the top scorer while they took the Premier League, the defending champions. My question is, this season Salah scored very few goals, and I don't even think he's going to be
1 goal, 1 penalty.
I don't even think he's going to be in the top 5 of the top scorers in the Premier League this season. Not even the top 6. So what are some of the problems Salah is facing, and how can he fix them? Is it time to retire, to move to another club, or just what can he do to start scoring goals?
Salah is a very good player. I think Slot is the one using Salah in the wrong way, in my opinion, from my view, because Salah, normally the way Klopp used to use Salah and Mane, like they would have those chances to score more often than Slot is currently using Salah, because currently Salah is being pushed to open those gaps for Zobo to run in, or maybe Milo Keke from the other side when Hugo Ekitike goes like when Hugo Ekitike goes wide, the fullback has to go with Hugo Ekitike. So those gaps, and then Alexander Isak, since Isak is pinning these 2 center backs, Keke should be able to make runs in those kind of areas. And then I think that's Ancelotti's style of play, to attack with the fullbacks. So when Salah stretches the fullbacks, Zobo inverts in midfield and then makes those kind of runs. And then so when Salah is far away from the post, I don't think if Salah can be that effective, because he maybe just try, he has to achieve something which is not his strength. Last season he led in assists because he was the one creating chances, and at the same time Liverpool were creating more chances for him to score. So he led in goals and then he led in assists last season. So this season, with the way Slot is playing with Salah, I don't even see 15 goals coming from Salah.
Now, I want you to just elucidate some of the problems facing Florian Wirtz and Isaac, because Isaac is having problems dealing with defenders. Isaac is huge. His height is top notch. The size of his body top notch, and I think as a striker, his body should his huge physique should help him deal with defenders the way Haaland does. So what are the problems Isaac is facing, and how can they be fixed? And what are the problems Florian Wirtz is facing, and how can they be fixed today?
Uh, in Alexander Isak's case, at Newcastle, we saw Eddie Howe used to use Joelinton to pin the centre backs in order for Alexander Isak to get the chances to score, because Alexander Isak physically he's not so strong, so he cannot win a battle against these strong opposition defenders in the Premier League, because almost every team in the Premier League goes for a big centre back, somebody with height, somebody who's aggressive, and I think many teams are adopting that style of pressing and aggressiveness. So I think the modern Premier League football, for a player like Alexander Isak to succeed, you'd need somebody like Joelinton to pin those defenders, because Alexander Isak is very clinical when given those chances. But then in Liverpool, they're not giving him those chances because there's no one pinning the defenders for Isak to get the chance to shoot or maybe do his best in the box. So I think he will struggle a lot in Liverpool, since Liverpool have put him there as the main target man, but he's not physically strong to battle with the Premier League defender. So he's really going to struggle a lot. I think Liverpool have not been using a number 10 for almost like 4 years for now. Because we haven't seen a Liverpool that depends on a number 10 for creating chances. We have seen a Liverpool and a club that chances were being created by the false nine and the wing backs, Trent and Robertson, and maybe the midfielders. But Liverpool were relying on their wingers to score, fullbacks to create chances, and then the false nine to create chances for the wingers up front. But in this case, Ancelotti wants to implement the number 10 role to create chances for his strikers. But then I think Isak doesn't need a number 10. Isak needs a physically strong guy in the box with him to pin down the defenders, because if you look at Newcastle, you could not ignore Joelinton when he was in the box. So you'd rather mark Joelinton than leave Alexander Isak. But then he was so clinical. So before people realize how dangerous he was already achieving almost 20 goals.
Okay, what about what about Florian Wirtz?
Wirtz is going to struggle a lot because Liverpool's style of play, McAllister, Gravenberch, and let me say Zoboslai, they were not used to playing with a number 10, because you see most of their passes going towards Salah, Eketike. They were used to creating chances from the width of the pitch, not in the central areas of the pitch. So with Wirtz on the ball, I don't even think if Alexander Isak is confident enough in Wirtz. I think the players haven't clicked yet. That's also another problem.
Yes.
With the new signings coming in, you don't know how this guy plays. You don't know what he's capable of. So like you cannot trust each other so much on the ball. So I think Wirtz will really struggle with that.
Now, with how Liverpool is playing and how they're losing games, do you see Ancelotti getting sacked in the near future, or is Liverpool going to trust the process and let him just flow with the players to the end of the season and see what they do with him?
Since he won them the league last season, I think they might they might empathize with Slot, on my opinion, because he gave them the league last season. Though he wasn't tactically good, even if you look at their games last season, he wasn't that good against his opponents. So I think Liverpool might cling on Slot a little bit, give him time, but I don't think if there's
But not to the end of the season.
I don't think
Because if they continue the same trajectory, they're going to go to relegation, and that's something.
Definitely, Liverpool are not going to improve soon. Not soon. Not soon. Not under Slot. Not even soon. Not under Slot. If Slot won't adopt with the Premier League, if you want your opponents to play in a manner that suits you to win. There's no opponent that will play in a manner that suits you to win. An opponent will play to win the game. They would play to suit your style of play for you to win the game. So it's your role as a coach to identify where the problem is and to try and rectify the problem within the squad before facing your opponents.
So according to you, Ancelotti might be given time, but he's definitely getting sacked this season.
He's definitely getting sacked because even if you look at his complaints on social media, you cannot complain that you lost a game because your opponent was playing long balls. You have to adapt with that. That's why you have the second half. You should analyze the first half, come back in the second half, try to solve the problem, and if you can redeem some points or maybe win the game.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this coach has been playing with flimsy excuses, and now he'll get sacked. Now, what's the best position Liverpool can finish this season with or without Ancelotti?
If Ancelotti will continue being the manager of Liverpool, I think Liverpool might finish under top 10. And that's a reality that Liverpool fans should accept at the moment, because when you look at teams like Fulham, Newcastle, Crystal Palace, before you even
Aston Villa,
who else?
Nottingham Forest.
These are very good sides. We've seen Shindaish on Nottingham Forest. Actually, they're now starting to play like the Nottingham Forest we saw last season.
Yes.
We've got Wolves. We cannot include Wolves in this. So,
but the small teams you've just mentioned, they can terrorize anyone in the Premier League today.
Apart from them, remember we also have the top 6 teams, excluding Liverpool, which are now of form. So we have to name teams like Manchester City, Chelsea, Man United, and Arsenal, and Tottenham Hotspurs. Spurs are also struggling, but they're not as bad. But they are not as bad as Liverpool, though they are also struggling, but not as bad as Liverpool, because Liverpool's situation is, I don't know.
Okay. Away from that, today we have a very big game. Tottenham is playing Arsenal. What are your predictions on that game?
Arsenal to win. Arsenal are very good defensive wise. They have a very good goalkeeper. So, and Tottenham have a major injury. Mohamed Kudus is out. So Maddison is out. So there's less creativity in the squad currently. So I think Arsenal are going to win with a small margin, definitely, because they're also struggling to score as much as they're playing their best football ever since Mikel Arteta took over from Unai Emery. So I think Arsenal to win with a margin of 2, I think at most 3 goals. At most 3 goals.
Okay, I can also say Arsenal to win. I don't know how many goals, but I think they'll win. What about Manchester United tomorrow?
Manchester United against Everton. United haven't lost against Everton for a very long time now. I think last season, the other last season. I think United to win.
Okay.
You're in Old Trafford, right?
I think so.
Yeah, United to win.
Now, which team do you support in the English Premier League?
I'm a huge fan of Manchester United since 2006. I think 2006, 2007.
I also support Manchester United. That doesn't mean that this channel is going to be biased. We're going to be accurate and...
we're going to be accurate and honest, because even in Manchester United, let's just be honest, United should win against Everton in Old Trafford. Even last season when we were struggling, we managed to beat Everton 4-0, and then we drew on the second leg, which was at their home stadium. But then United against Everton, this United side have shown signs of improvement. We are really improving, whether you agree with this or not.
The thing is that we are thrashing Everton.
Yeah, yes. We are going to not really to thrash Everton, but we might win because they are also very good defensively. And then United's attack, I think they have not yet clicked together. So I think Mbogo is the sharpest attacker currently by the United.
Yes.
Cunha is still struggling to adopt. Sesko is out. With Mount coming in, we can have Mount, Cunha, Mbogo, but I think we're going to win. Okay,
that's all for today. Remember, from the next time we do this, we will be analyzing these games with a tactical board. Make sure you're here. Subscribe. My name is Ephraim Juma, and I am the African historian.
We are going to enlighten you to know football better than you know. So stay tuned and subscribe.